Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Murinur Ivanberg here again. Uh, yeah, I'm going to do another planetary attribute video, and the video that I'm going to do today, shooting since today is Saturday, and Saturn is in my location at its strongest. I'm going to treat Saturn as a planet. Saturn, from an occult perspective, Old Father Saturn, as it's called, is the planet, generally speaking, that deals with necessary forms of, let's just say, necessary evils. Okay, Saturn deals with things that are unpleasant in general, or generally speaking, from a certain perspective or partially, but things that are nevertheless necessary. Death is an example. Saturn, from an astrological perspective, as well as an general occult perspective, rules over the zodiac signs Aquarius and Capricorn. Hold on for a second. Yeah. No, just checking out my camera. Yeah, Saturn rules over Aquarius and Capricorn as zodiac signs. And Saturn deals with, like I just mentioned, things like death, for example. Saturn deals with death, but death in a necessary way. The same way that death is necessary, okay? Death is a necessary part of one's physical existence or life. Either physically or astrally, Saturn deals with those affairs. Okay, not to be confused with Mars. Mars also deals with death, but from a violent perspective and in a different way. There are multiple celestial bodies that deal with death, but Saturn deals with death from a necessary perspective. Don't confuse the two. For the rest, Saturn deals with zodiac signs Aquarius and rules over them, and Capricorn. And some Saturnian characteristic and attributes are drive for hard work, self-discipline. Coldness is a negative character trait too. Ambition is a positive one. And simply performing well, okay, doing well. If you want as an individual, if you want to achieve a certain level of success, and you want to drive yourself to the fullest, and you want to simply achieve a certain status in life, or you simply have ambitions or dreams, Saturn as a planetary body will definitely be able to help you out with that. Aquarius is a zodiac sign, generally speaking, that deals with social life and so on, and it also deals with one's hopes, wishes, and aspirations, and also with success, incredible levels of success. And you can see the link, okay? Saturn isn't exactly well known for social dealings from a positive perspective, but all the other things do apply like no other. But nevertheless, Saturn can still help you with social dealings. It all depends on one's perspective. And Saturn does deal with social dealings and social life overall, with having friends and groups of friends and all of that. Just social life overall, being social as a person. Saturnian entities. I've dealt as a magician with quite a few Saturnian entities. The most prominent one, or the most prominent ones that come to mind, are the Archangel Zadkiel. Zadkiel with a P, not a D. Zadkiel is the ruler of Jupiter, and the Archangel Zadkiel, Tzapkiel, is the ruler of Saturn, Kabbalistically speaking. And that brings me to another point. Saturn also deals with technology, okay? Technological affairs, since it falls under, since Aquarius, which deals with those things in its turn, falls under Saturn. Zadkiel has helped me out with more than a fair share of, with more than a few technological issues that I had to deal with, or technologically based issues. The other prominent spirit that I have also dealt with, but unfortunately I haven't had a chance to work with extensively, is Abaddon. And yeah, Abaddon is one of those that that can definitely lead you to fame and eventual fortune, or potential fortune, by simply driving you into, by simply improving one's performance, okay? If you're ambitious and you seek good status in life, whatever it is, in whatever area of life you want to achieve status, Abaddon will be able to help you with that. Examples are politicians, being a prominent politician or becoming one, becoming the CEO of a company. It just goes on, okay? these are some Saturnian entities that I can mention that are capable of helping you out. Let's see, who else can I mention? There is no one else that comes to mind. These two are the ones that are definitely ones that I can't easily forget, hence them coming so easy to mind. But yeah, those are a few of the things that Saturn deals with, okay? So Saturn also adversely deals with negative effects. So for example, fear of death, fear of dying, okay? Being afraid of death. Being antisocial, as in having a slight fear of dealing with people in a social context, like let's just say large crowds of people, being fond of one's privacy. Those are all things that Saturn also deals with. And simply adversary trials in life and pain and suffering. Saturn also deals with these things. Okay, Saturn deals with these things from a dark perspective. Okay, examples are depression, just going through trials in life, going through tough periods in life, just dark periods, hence the phrase darkness. Saturn is also known as a dark planet. And simply going through a grim period in one's life, a period of depression and overall bad mood, being in a melancholic mood or temperament, having a melancholic temperament. All of these things are examples of Saturnian influences, things that fall under the rulership of Saturn. From a negative aspect, Saturn, I need to mention too that Saturn is a lot like Pluto without the domineering aspect, but that I might cover that in a different video or something similar, we'll see. In any case, yeah, Saturn does deal with that. Saturn does deal with that. And and yeah, another thing that I would like to mention too is that Saturn as a planet as a whole too, okay, negatively speaking, also deals with hauntings, for example. By hauntings I mean hauntings of an astral nature. A lot of spirits that that one can read about, for example, in the alternative media like YouTube or just in articles overall, occult-based articles or paranormal articles. These are Saturnian spirits. I won't say all of them or every last one of them. I won't say all of them or every last one of them, but definitely a good deal or a good chunk of them are Saturnian spirits. Spirits that simply either hang around graveyards, or spirits that simply haunt people and cause these people pain and misery. These are Saturnian spirits sometimes. Okay, sometimes they can be Martian too, especially the violent ones, but a good deal of them are Saturnian. So that is pretty much it on Saturn, the things that Saturn deals with. Okay, the Kabbalistic name for Saturn is Bina, and the number associated with Saturn is Dri. Okay, and the day, of course, associated with Saturn is today, Saturday. And yeah, that's pretty much it on Saturn. There's not a lot else or nothing else that comes to mind that I can mention. No, I'm just thinking right now. There's nothing else that I can mention on Saturn. That is basically what Saturn deals with, and Saturn astrologically is also the slowest of planets. Saturn is the slowest to move, the slowest to do, to make any kind of movement or major change. But in any case, that is it on Saturn. Thanks for watching. Bye.